A world without oxygen for 5 seconds. Oxygen is the lifeblood of human life. It is the ultimate source of intracellular energy needed to sustain human life. We take in oxygen and give off carbon dioxide. But have you ever wondered what would happen if the Earth lost just 5 seconds of oxygen? What would we do? Can we hold our breath for 5 seconds? And what would happen to space? The oxygen we breathe to make up about 21% of our atmosphere and 78% as nitrogen, and 1% of carbon dioxide and other gases. It is vital for humans and plants, and other living things. Stay tuned to understand the top unheard facts about the world without oxygen, where number 1 seems so obvious but will shake your world. Watch till the end to disclose this mystery, and please like, share and subscribe to our channel for more articles like this. Before that, let us understand that why does the Earth have oxygen? The reason that the Earth has free oxygen in its atmosphere is because of life. At the beginning of Earth's history, the atmosphere would have been the same as described above. Ancient microbes, think algae-like and bacteria-like, live in this world without oxygen. Eventually, they turned to the process of photosynthesis. For them, it was just a way to save energy. They needed a lot of carbon to make this work, which they get from C to CO2. For them, free oxygen was just a product, but eventually, it reached a point where most of the planet was moving from the anaerobic, non-oxygen, space to the aerobic, oxygen, space. Is it possible that life arose to a point where we now do not have oxygen? Probably, but it can be challenging. You will need another source of energy as much as the sun. We know that all ecosystems originated near hydrothermal vents, and these systems use disulfide bonds as their primary source of energy. The distance between hydrothermal vents can be quite large, so you don't get the migration and conversion that you get with animals that depend on light and the carbon cycle. It will take a very long time for these natural systems to grow into a complicated life, if they do not get there. Let us now start with the top unheard facts about the world without oxygen. Number 7. Without oxygen, plants, animals, water, and humans would not exist. Although 5 seconds seems to be a short time, and we can all catch our breath easily at that moment. Most of us can even hold our breath for up to 30 to 40 seconds. Some can save it for even 1 minute. Number 6. But it is not like everything else. In just a few seconds without oxygen, the Earth would look completely different. Without oxygen, our houses, dams, high-rise buildings, and any concrete structure could collapse instantly. Number 5. Oxygen is also essential in concrete. It acts as a special concrete binding agent. Without oxygen, concrete is nothing but dust. The effect will be on people and them. If you are out in the sun, expect intense sunburn, as the ozone layer protects us from the sun's rays. The ozone layer is made up of oxygen. Number 4. If the Earth were to lose their oxygen for a few seconds, the land would be a dangerous place to live. Because of the intense heat from the sun, our inner ear may explode. Earth's air pressure would drop by 21%, and our ears would not get enough time to stabilize. Number 3. Without oxygen, there would be no fire, and the burning process in our cars would stop. All routes without electricity will fail immediately. Aircraft flying high in the sky was crashing into the ground, and millions of petrol and diesel cars were parked on the roads. Number 2. The beautiful and blue sky would turn completely black. Earth's crust, made up of 45% oxygen, would collapse. It will collapse until nothing is left and send everyone into the world to fall free. Number 1. The most significant answer is that the Earth would be similar to Venus. Oxygen is concentrated in the solar system's atmosphere, which is found to make the most quantitative amount of CO2 in the atmosphere of Venus. So you can expect higher CO2 levels in our atmosphere and oceans. The oceans will absorb more CO2, so we will not keep up with the extreme effects of the existing heat on Venus. Venus is the second planet from the Sun, and is the second brightest object in the night sky after the Moon. Named after the Roman goddess of love and beauty, Venus is the world's second largest planet, and is sometimes called the planet Earth's sister because of its similar size and size. An invisible layer of sulfuric acid obscures the surface of the Earth. Temperatures above Venus can reach 471 degrees Celsius. Algae is the reason we are here today. It is estimated that seaweed plants produce between 70 and 80% of the oxygen in the atmosphere. Almost all seaweed has a single-cell, photosynthetic algae. Even the oceans are often colonial algae. They are a cluster of single cells that try to look like a giant plant, see image, but they are individuals. Seaweeds are not plants but algae. Not only does algae provide much of the world's oxygen, but it is also essential for almost all marine life. Green algae get their color from chlorophyll and are present in or near the place where there is a lot of sun. Green algae are not as common in the sea as red and red seas. It is also much closer to the Earth's vegetation than any other type of algae. We need more algae than they need us. Trees and other vegetation of the Earth are significant, but to survive, we need algae. Why does so much of our oxygen come from algae? Remember that the oceans cover about 71% of the planet, and the Earth is only 29%. Assuming that every square mile of the sea produces as much oxygen as every square mile, 2 square kilometers, of Earth's crust, this makes sense. The oceans would have about 71% of the Earth and 29% of the oxygen we breathe. Looks scary. Then start planting trees to maintain oxygen levels and help stop carbon dioxide from increasing in our atmosphere. Now take a deep breath. Did this video help you? What is your opinion about the learning you had today from the video? Share your thoughts in the comment section. Also, keep in mind subscribing to our channel to stay tuned with upcoming mysterious videos every week.